This video is going to be about using your charts to determine the relative humidity and dew point. So you have a worksheet that looks something like this. I changed a couple of mine just to make some points, but get this worksheet out and follow along. And you also need your relative humidity chart or table. Okay, so how you use this, we're assuming that you've used a psychrometer and that you've taken the reading of your dry bulb and your wet bulb. Okay, you then need to figure out the difference between those two temperatures. So in this column that's on this chart, it says depression, wet bulb depression. What we called that in class is just the difference between the wet bulb and the dry bulb. Figure that out by taking the dry bulb temperature and subtracting the wet. All right. So for this first one, you're going to do 22 minus 18. The difference is 4. All right. To figure out the relative humidity, then you look up what I call the D&D. You look up the dry bulb on your table and you look up the difference on your table. The dry bulb information will be listed along the left-hand side of your chart. Now, I hope you can read this, but I have my relative humidity table. That's important, that I don't have dew point. And I'm going to look up the dry bulb temperature here. That's my first D, dry bulb temp. And then my difference is up across here. All right? So I'm looking up 22 and 4. 22 is right here. 4 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I bring my pen down to where it intersects with 22. Okay, I'm sorry you didn't see that. Let me zoom out. All right. So here's 4. Here's 22. Bring your pen and fingertip down until they meet. And if you can see that, it is meeting at 68%. That's my relative humidity. All of these numbers within this chart are percentages. All right. So 68% humidity is my answer here, 68%, and now I need to find dew point. To do the dew point, you do the exact same thing. We need the D&D, 22 and 4, and this time we read it on our dew point chart. So first D, dry, 22, other D, difference of 4. Bring your fingers down. And it's going to be 16. Okay, now that's a temperature. All these are temperatures at which dew forms. So 16 degrees Celsius is the dew point. All right, that's pretty easy. Let's do the next one. We've got a dry bulb of 20 and a wet bulb of 19. So 20 minus 19 is 1. That's my difference. Use my table. 20 and 1. Bring that down where they intersect, 91%. Okay, that's pretty high humidity. It's going to feel pretty wet and sticky. So notice my numbers are pretty close here. The closer together you are, the higher your humidity is going to be. All right, dew point, again, you do the same thing. We're looking up 20 and 1 on the dew point chart. So dew point, 20 and 1 is temperature at which dew is going to form is 19 degrees C. Okay. All right, so that's how you do that. Now let's look at this one, an interesting one. We've got 12 and 12. They are the same temperature. The dry bulb and the wet bulb are the same. Let's see what we're going to get. 12 minus 12 is 0 for my difference. Okay. And now my relative humidity. So looking at my relative humidity chart, I want to go to 12. I'm going to zoom out a little. 12, and that's my first D. My second D is 0, difference of 0. So 12 to 0, 100% humidity. All right, that means it's going to be raining, or you're going to be in a cloud, or there's going to be fog. All right, so 100% humidity, extremely wet and sticky. The dew point, we've got 12 and a difference of 0. The dew point is at 12. That makes sense. You're going to have dew forming all over the ground. It's going to be very wet. 100% humidity means the air can't hold any more water than it's got. It's basically saturated, so the air is wet, and the water vapor will be condensing on all of your surfaces, so you'll see dew on the ground. Okay? All right, well, what about something like this one where I am given the dry bulb, but not the wet bulb? I crossed that out. And let's say that I'm given relative humidity, because I'm going to do that on the test or quiz. So you've got to figure that out. This is the relative humidity, and that's on my chart. So I need to find the dry bulb of 18, start there, and find 48% humidity in the chart. Okay, so 18 on my dry bulb side, 18, and then I'm just going to run my finger along the edge until I get to my 48% humidity. Okay, and I'm sorry I have to keep looking, I'm so tired. So 18, and scoot all the way along until I get to 48. Bingo, it's right here. Hopefully you can see that. If you can't, trust me, it says 48. And then I'm going to go up on my scale, and that gives me a difference of 6. So now I'm going to put this 6 in my difference column on my paper. So difference of 6, difference goes right here. All right. Now what do I do about this? 18 minus what gives me 6. All right, so figure that out. That's going to be 12. So now I just figured out my wet bulb. And now the last thing I have to do is use my chart to find my dew point. And I'm looking up my D and D, 18 and 6 on my dew point chart. So 18 and 6 on my dew point chart. 18, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 7, temperature of 7. Okay. So that's how you do this. Good luck. I'm assuming that you've taken your notes and done your reading in the book on everything else. So good luck with this.